What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Shout out to the LDBC Lions Den boxing community. And I wanted to talk about this fight that's coming up soon between Tony Harrison and Jermell Charlo. If you haven't seen the press conference yet, that is probably one of the funniest press conferences ever. And I'm pretty much going to be going over who I think is going to win in this fight. And to be honest, this is a hard pick for me because, like, if you watch the press conference, you can see Tony Harrison is in Jermell Charlo head. And he's so smooth with what he says that even when Jermell Charlo brought up him faking the injury or whatever, people didn't even ask him about it. People just, they just went along with whatever he basically said. So basically, Jermell Charlo, he gets up on the mic, and to be honest, me personally, I would just prefer Jermell Charlo not to talk because he gets heated hella fast. He blows up on people hella fast, and then when he talks, it's like when he talks, it sounds like he's trying to act tough and everything. Like he's trying to sound tough. When in reality, he should just like be quiet. He should be one. Jermell Charlo is one of those fighters where you wish like he didn't talk trash. You just wish like he stayed quiet and just proved everything in the fight. Because he got up on the mic, he was talking, and it was honestly for me, it was cringeworthy. Like I was cringing listening to him talk and try to talk trash to Tony Harrison. He said that Tony Harrison faked injury, uh, which is basically what most people believe anyway. Most people would like already know that he faked the injury. There was rumors that came out that before the fight he got knocked out in sparring as well. So things like that. But Jermell Charlo, he got on there, talked about how he faked the injury, how he gonna beat him, how he gonna knock him out, all this other stuff. And yeah, that's basically what he got up there and did. For the first fight, I thought Charlo won, but I did not feel like it was a robbery that Tony Harrison won because Tony Harrison, I don't believe he should have won, but he was countering and jabbing Charlo all night. And there was, I don't know, it was a close fight, but it wasn't a robbery in my opinion. I had Charlo probably up by like 2 rounds, 3 rounds maybe, but I don't think it was a robbery because I could see how people gave it to Tony Harrison for countering him all night. But I also believe that you have to take it from the champion as well. Tony Harrison didn't really take it from Jermell, but I can see why people would think he won. But ever since then, this beef has started. As soon as Charlo lost, instead of just even if he felt like he was robbed, he could have just said what he had to say and then move on. But then when they interviewed Tony Harrison, he started talking trash, and then that started this whole thing. So Tony Harrison, he gets up there on the mic, and he starts. This dude just with what he says, how he like goes at people, how he rips people up and stuff, calling Charlo mentally challenged. Uh, no, basically Charlo kept saying, "Tell people how you faked the injury." Tony Harrison, all he would just like play it off like he never did any of that. He was basically bullying Charlo on the mic, and it was hella funny. But he gets up there, he talks trash to him. Uh, he says Charlo's a fake tough guy. He says what else? He says something about Jermall. Uh, he said Jermall is a solid dude, but Jermell Charlo is a hoe. All types of stuff. Like the dude was just going in on him. But then they sat down. Jermell Charlo talked about how he gonna basically go knock him out and all this other stuff. And then this dude, Tony Harrison, sits down and tells a story because Jermell Charlo kept going on and on. Tell people how you faked the injury and everything. So Tony Harrison literally tells a story about how him and TB or whatever came up with a plan, or who I don't know who TB is, but one of his friends, TB or whatever, came up with a plan to, fake an injury, get a boot, act like he pull out the fight, and then redo the fight for December, and basically mess with Charlo head. and he says all this like he says it like it was true, but then he comes back off and say like he comes off and says, I know like it was a story, it was a good story though. So he was kind of admitting to it, but he was also like creating a story to where like you don't know for sure if he's telling the truth or not. What else he said? He said Derrick James don't like Jermell Charlo. And as soon as he said that shit, Jermell Charlo looked at Derrick James. Looked at Derrick James for a second. He said Derrick James just put up with him because he a good fighter, he a decent fighter. All this other stuff. And he just said Jermell Charlo head. He got Jermell Charlo raging. And it is hella funny. So I honestly don't know who's gonna win this fight, to be honest. I think I want Charlo to win because he's from Texas. And I live in Texas, obviously. But then again, I like Tony Harrison. Like I didn't became like a fan of Tony Harrison. So although I do want Jermell to win, I also want Tony Harrison to win as well. So I honestly, I'm gonna go with Jermell. I think Jermell probably is gonna knock him out because Tony Harrison has been knocked out in sparring before the fight was rescheduled. But so I think Jermell Charlo is gonna knock him out, probably 10th round knockout. But if it goes 12 rounds, I feel like Tony Harrison is gonna get the decision because he's just gonna counter and jab Charlo all night because Jermell, since he's been knocking people out, he didn't got obsessed with his one punch knockout power. When he fell in love with his one punch knockout power, and he literally got rid of the jab in his entire style of boxing. Like he doesn't throw the jab as consistently as he used to, and he just relying on his power. But if he would throw the jab out, it would set Tony Harrison up to be knocked out. It would set him up to be it would set him up for a right hook or uppercut like he did Lubin. And I don't know. He just abandoned it. So I don't know. This fight is honestly a toss up. I want Jermell to win. I want Jermell to win more than Tony Harrison, but I wouldn't be mad if Tony Harrison won because that shit would honestly be funny. But Jermell, he just needs to stop talking about what he gonna do and just do it in the ring. Just stop talking because you're not gonna out talk this dude. This dude is smooth with his words. He could convince the whole world that he never faked the injury, even if you have legit proof that he did fake the injury. So don't even talk about it, bro. Just beat him. Just smash him when you get in the ring. Stop talking, bro. Like just leave it alone. You're not gonna out talk them dudes. And this is the same thing Black Fight Fan said and 78 said on Trill Boxing Talk. I've been agreeing with them for the longest, so I think Jermell Charlo is going to win, probably 10th round knockout. If he doesn't, I would be surprised if it goes to a decision and he does win because he literally got rid of the jab in his arsenal because he's relying on that one punch. But I want Jermell Charlo to win. That's my prediction. I think that's basically my prediction. I think he'll knock him out. I'm going to just say it like that. In 10th round, I think Jermell's going to knock him out or something. But that's basically it for this video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the LDBC, Lions Den Boxing Community. And subscribe for more content on boxing. Also, I'm creating a Facebook group to where we can discuss boxing inside the Facebook group so we can all interact with each other. The group is for boxers, for boxing fans, boxers, trainers, fighters, etc. It's a new group. But that's basically it for the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.